ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक ठीक। अब आवाज कम है? हेलो। On behalf of Home Sterling Global University School of Legal Studies, it's a great day for us because we started a tradition of moot court competition, and that is international moot court competition.
Ajay అని చెప్పినా
వాళ్ళు కూడా వచ్చి ఉన్నారంట వైస్-ఛాన్సలర్. అది మళ్ళీ పేపర్ కట్టేసి ఉంచేస్తుంది.
ఇది లేదు.
School of Legal Studies, Home Sterling Global University. This is Advocate Neeraj Taneja from the School of Legal Studies. Welcome you, one and all present here, virtually and physically. My first and foremost duty to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Surya Prakash Ji, Vice-Chancellor, NLU Visakhapatnam, and having additional charge of National Law University, Bhopal. Judges, Shri Abhay Ojha Ji, alumnus Jamia Millia and NISIU Bangalore, and right now is Deputy Director Admissions and Outreach, OP Jindal Global Law College. Dr. Brijender Singh Yadav, Tomorrow he will join us as a judge, Director, Quantum School of Business, Quantum University, Roorkee, and valedictory the chief guest is Honorable Additional District and Session Judge, Special Secretary, DSLSA, Shri Gautam Banerjee. Our worthy Chancellor, I would invite to our worthy Chancellor on the dais, our worthy Chancellor, Home Sterling Global University, Dr. Punit Goyal ji, Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Poonam Goyal ji, Vice-Chancellor, Dr. N.P. Kaushik ji, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ajay Poddar ji, Registrar, Professor Dr. Vinod Kumar ji, and Dean School of Studies, Dr. Ramanjeet ji, and all other dignitaries and entire OSGU family. I welcome you all on the occasion of inaugural function of International Moot Court Competition by School of Legal Studies. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the School of Legal Studies for their remarkable efforts, start the tradition for organizing first International Moot Court Competition 2021. Friends, Moot Court is an artificial court which is especially made for the law students to have the practical knowledge of drafting, pleading, and convincing. A moot court is a replica of real court proceedings. The purpose of moot court competition is to make students aware of the court proceedings relating to dispute between parties. These competitions are organized mostly in law schools for students who wish to pursue their careers as lawyers, judges, and arbitrators. This practice helps in the development of legal skills, research, acumen, and speaking skills. The process of mooting is not the same as public speaking or debating. Moot courts are more interactive in nature, and there is a cross-questioning and a natural flow of courts. Moot courts have two teams, defendants and respondents. The mooting presents a hypothetical case, and both teams are required to be researched in and represent their arguments. The mooting culture began in India in 1991, and since then has been used as a tools of persuasive advocacy to train the future generation for lawyers. Before starting the proceedings, I would like to reveal the journey of becoming Home Sterling Global University. To begin with, I would like to quote Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." It was year 2008 when OITM, Home Institute of Technology and Management, was established with a vision of providing quality education to the depriving society of nearby areas. The institute was started with only two courses, BTech and MBA. With the progressing time, the OITM was converted into OGI, that is, Home Group of Institutions, with various courses under the purview of superb leadership of global visionary doctors and educationists, inspiring millions, Dr. Punit Goyal, and source of inspiration, Dr. Poonam Goyal. Home Sterling Global University is not a one-night accomplishment. It is basically a dream which has been dreamed by our visionary leaders. Further, by the grace and blessings of Ma Saraswati, these efforts of OGI has taken our Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Ajay Poddar ji, to formally start this moot court competition.
Good morning, one and all. Today's inauguration chief of guest, Sri Dr. Surya Prakash ji, Vice Chancellor, Visakhapatnam NLU, and additional charge with Bhopal NLU. Our university's Chancellor, Dr. Punit Goyal ji, and Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Poonam Goyal ji. Guest of honor of this event, Dr. Ojha ji, Deputy Director, Jindal University. Ladies and gentlemen and participants, this is in fact one of the great day of the university that today, as OSGU and its School of Legal Studies is holding a first moot court competition from the university and this region. I know that the school has worked meticulously to conceptualize this idea of conducting this this moot court competition, and now we are here with the 24 team. They are from NLUs, other universities, and institutions. So, with as our Dr. Neeraj, Advocate Neeraj Taneja has welcomed all the chief guest dignitaries. I once again formally, from the university side, formally welcoming the chief guest, the participants, and the dignitaries on the dais. And I believe that I have observed all the protocols. So, with that, this moot court competition, what we have now presenting today and tomorrow, the 2-day event, it will be showcasing the 24 team, and as I said that they are from NLUs, other universities, and the colleges. They will be competing, they will be advocating, and they will be pursuing the skills and the practices what they have done over the 2.5 months. 2.5 months before, when we have conceptualized this idea. From there, I believe that the participants are preparing and they will be competing each other very hard. And this is what the idea of this moot court competition is all about. That our law students must learn that how they have to practice their knowledge, how they have to meticulously work on their cases, put it across the judges, and so that they can bring out the merits points of any case. I believe that in the next 2 days, the teams will be definitely working very hard with their faculty, and only one team will be emerged as a winner. And but that doesn't mean that only one team will be finding the best. You know, the competition is only giving just you the skills and practice, that how you will be challenging yourself in the future, so that you will be one of the best advocates in the world. And this international moot court competition will be providing you the platform where you can learn the things and you can showcasing them. I believe that the participant who will not be winner, we will not be emerging as a winner. They will definitely learn, they will be practicing, and they will be taking away a lot of points by which they can be having the victory in their careers. With that, I am thankful to all the dignitaries, chief guests, and the participants. And I believe that it will be a gala success event. And my best wishes to all of the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. However, our Dean, Professor Dr. Ramanjeet Singh, will brief you about the teams and the other formalities to be started on this occasion. But I will let you know that there will be a winning team, followed by a runner-up, also followed by a best speaker, runner-up speaker, and best researchers. Moreover, best memorial award will also be given. So our validity function will be held tomorrow. Now, I would like to invite our inspiration, our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Punit Goyalji, for words of wisdom.
honorable chief guest for today's inaugural session, Dr. Surya Prakash, Vice-Chancellor, NLU Visakhapatnam and Bhopal. The guest of honor, Shri Abhay Ojha, Deputy Director, OP Jindal University, Haryana. Shri Vijender Singh ji, Quantum University, Dehradun, and dear participants, a very good morning to one and all present here. It's a matter of great pride for a very young university to organize such kind of competition that not only create awareness among society but also caters the practical doing need of the students. So first of all, I congratulate all the team members behind this program for organizing such an event. I also feel delighted to see Dr. Surya Prakash ji, who has kindly consented to be a part of this event out of his very busy schedule. It is really a worthwhile appreciation to see you here as the chief guest of inaugural session. Your presence on this occasion has really given an appropriate meaning to the day. Further, I appreciate the cordial presence of our guest of honor, Shri Abhay Ojha ji, who has really increased the elegance of this Moot court competition event. I am also glad to see Shri Vijender Singh ji to join us here for the judgment of participating students. Om Sterling Global University has always worked for the betterment of its students in order to give them not only the theoretical knowledge but also the practical understanding. In the field of legal studies and judiciary system of any country, moot court exercise is the backbone of this discipline. We are, however, going through our introductory stage in the way of becoming a university. But being the chancellor of this university, I can assure you that we will never compromise with the quality of education in any discipline. And this is the reason that we are able to conduct such an event, even during the pandemic COVID-19. Today, I want to give a message to all the participating students that you only have to be innovative while doing anything in the life. The fruit of success will definitely be yours. So with this, I extend my heartfelt blessings to all the participating students in the competition and wish you all a bright future ahead. I once again welcome all the dignitaries in this virtual gathering and congratulate all the organizing team members for their contribution in terms of their untiring efforts and wish this program to be a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for always lending a helping hand and give us a way to work out. Now, virtually, I would request to our chief guest, Dr. Surya Prakash ji, Vice-Chancellor, National Law University, Visakhapatnam, and having an additional charge of National Law University, Bhopal. Over to Dr. Surya Prakash ji.
Good morning to all. Am I audible? Yes? Ramanjeet Singh? Professor Ramanjeet Singh. Is it okay?
You are audible, sir.
Okay, then thank you. So good morning to all. And I am humbled to be the chief guest for this program. I extend my best wishes to Pro-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Shri Abhay Ojha ji, Deputy Director, OP Jindal, University Sonipat, and my friend Dr. Ramanjeet Singh, who constantly, I have to appreciate his endurance for convincing me by giving me repeated calls, and my best wishes to all the students, the faculty members, and my dear students, my dear other dignitaries and colleagues. This gives me immense pleasure to join with you in this moot court competition to say a few words. I'm watching and learning about Om Sterling Global University, and it seems that it has made a mark. A few days back, I was in Chandigarh last month because the National University Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ajay, he was my good friend, and definitely the Om Sterling Global University institutions like this, they should, many such institutions should come, and for being in the field of legal education, in the field of education and further in legal education, and doing human service to the society and to the sorry, there is a power interruption because we are on the outskirts of the Visakhapatnam city. They keep changing these high tension lines. So here, because my long experience in the national universities, and I would like to tell you that I'm a professor of law at National University of Bhopal, and I am here on deputation. So I'm not in charge of NLIU Bhopal. Professor Vijay Kumar, he is full-fledged Vice Chancellor, and he is running the NLIU Bhopal, because that's my connection. And after completing my term here, then I have to go back to Bhopal. So I'm not the in charge. So that's one thing. Then coming back to these moot court competitions. So the moot court competitions, they are the backbone of any national university, or for that matter, even in the private law schools also. Ever since the establishment of these national universities, and simultaneously in 1988, the first national university was started, and then came the economic reforms, and all the students, first batch, second batch, they were absorbed in the corporate sector through placements. So this has given a new fillip to the moot courts and to the moot court competitions. So students, they are aspiring to become lawyers, to become judges. And here I would like to draw certain parallels, because those moot court are what you want to do in the moot court, the skills required in the moot court, they are the skills which are required even in life also. Because what we used to do in the moot courts, basically in the moot courts, no doubt they are the model courts, and in the moot courts what we used to do is that whatever the facts and the law, that we keep interpreting the law, applying the interpretation to the given facts. And the best interpretation, not only the law, but also the references, that is the citations, that is the earlier decided cases. So what are the cases that are the ratio of the earlier cases, the precedents that are applicable to our case? So how best you can interpret not only the law, but also how best you can apply the interpretations, the ratio decidendi, and how could you apply this ratio of earlier cases. That all what makes your arguments. That is what makes the strength of your arguments. So that means in the skills, what is required is the interpretation. So the second one is the presentation. So it is not enough that you have very good references and you have very good the citations, and you have developed very good memorials and very good arguments. But what is the most important thing is that how you are presenting before the judge. So this art of presentation to convince the judge that your argument is the best. And if you could convince the judge, that is one, you should have the proper strength of that is the preparation, the case law, the interpretation, etc. And then the second thing is the how best you can present. So interpretation and presentation. These are the two main things that are required in any moot court. So this is the life of moot courts. And if you see, not only for moot courts, not only for law, even in life also, these are the two important skills. There is interpretation. So every day we keep on, interpretation means nothing but understanding, proper understanding of the words. So interpretation belongs to the faculty of mind. Don't be under a wrong impression that interpretation only belongs to the field of law. Interpretation belongs to the faculty of mind, and everything we keep interpreting. That means we keep understanding the things, and we will store what is the important matter, and we eliminate which is unnecessary. So if we read a book, the English literature, the professors, they keep interpreting the old classics, Shakespeare, and in one go we cannot. What is the metaphor? What is the meaning? What is the inherent meaning? So all these things, the great literary critics will do this. That is also interpretation. The historians, the archaeologists, they will try to interpret the whatever the temples, whatever the artifacts that are left over, ruins. They try to interpret the history. And a doctor, he will interpret by looking at the symptoms. He will try to interpret what is the disease of the person. So why I'm saying this is that interpretation is a necessary ingredient for the faculty of mind. So when things are not properly interpreted, that means not properly understood, there will be differences, and differences will become disputes. So interpretation of the things is one of the most important ingredient, not only for the moot courts, but also even for life. Similarly, the art of presentation. So every day we keep presenting, right from day one. So when we become children, if we want some pocket money, how we present our case to the father, that differs. And if you want to take some more pocket money from the mother also, then our way of presentation, what are the needs and requirements, that would be different. So how we present ourselves to our friends, and how we present ourselves to the teachers. So life is a series of presentations. Right from morning till we go to bed, we keep on presenting ourselves to the family members, to the in the college, in the university, to friends, and so on and so forth. So life itself is a series of presentations. So those who could master this to the art of presentation and the science of interpretation, they will excel not only in profession but also in life. So my friends, this is one of the most important exercises, the moot courts in any law college or law university, and don't bother, as there are competitions, only one team will win. That doesn't mean that the second best or the third best, they are inferior or incompetent. The only thing is judges, they have to do at times. It will be very difficult for the judges to decide who is number one and who is number two. But still, as they have to do their job, so they will put someone as number one and someone as number two. So the best thing for all other teams is particularly observe the semi-finals and finals. So when someone is in the finals and someone win, what are the factors that made him to win? So we can learn, that is those who are not in the finals, definitely they may win, they may learn why these two teams, they are in the finals, and the winners, why the so-and-so team has won the moot court competitions. So my friends, the emphasis is that art of presentation and science of interpretation. So if those who acquire these two skills, definitely they will excel not only in the moot courts, but also in life. So with these few words, I would extend my best wishes and congratulations and to all the participating teams, and wholeheartedly I congratulate the Holmes Sterling Global University for conducting such a beautiful moot court competitions, and I congratulate the management once again, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a few words with the young minds. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. for your inspiration and clarification also. Thank you very much. And now I would also like to request to welcome also virtually our Vice-Chancellor, Dr. M.P. Kaushik ji with us, and Sir will address at 4 o'clock. And Dr. Sumesh Jain ji, Dean Admissions, are also with us on the dais. Now I would request to our source of inspiration, our worthy Pro-Chancellor ma'am, Dr. Poonam Goyal ji, for words of wisdom.
Honorable Chief Guest for today's inaugural session, Dr. Surya Prakash, Vice-Chancellor, NLU, Visakhapatnam and Bhopal. The guest of honor, Shri Abhay Ojha, Deputy Director, OP Jindal University, Sonipat. Shri Brijendra Singh ji, Quantum University, Dehradun. And dear participants, a very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to extend my warm wishes to the organizing body of today's event. And this is a matter of prime honor that we are conducting such an important intellectual competition for the quality education of students from legal studies. And I am sure that this competition will create awareness among the participants about various aspects of this activity. As we all know that law cannot be insulated in a mechanical manner. It requires a lot of practice, lots of efforts, and lots of understanding about the field so as to become a successful professional in this field. Through moot court competition, students can gain a lot, such as writing and research skills, networking skills, and most importantly, practical knowledge. Moot court competitions help in boosting the morale of the students. It helps students gain confidence and get better at articulating their points and putting forward their arguments. With this, I want to give a message to all the participants that we need not to be worried about the winning or losing the competition. But what matters is how you participate and what learning you take with you at the end of the event. You must focus on giving your 100% and to learn newer ways of doing things while participating in any event. And I am sure that this competition will definitely improve the advocacy skill of the participants. With these words, I extend my best wishes to all the participating students and once again congratulate all the members of organizing committee and look forward for more such programs so that our students become aware and learn a lot from such programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for always showing us the path. Now, I would request to our one of the judges, Advocate Abhay Ojha, जो बेंगलोर और जामिया मिलिया के alumnus हैं, and I am quite fortunate to have in a judgment panel here. We worked together with a well-known crack institution of CLAT earlier. We have attended a lot of workshops there. I am really glad to have here in judgment. And over to Advocate Abhay Ojha ji for few words.
First of all, good morning, everyone. And I would just like to thank OSGU for inviting me for the event. My humble regards to all the learned professors and Vice-Chancellor and Pro-Vice-Chancellor present here. I would not really, like to say a lot because I believe there are a lot of students who are actually anticipating the competition to begin as soon as possible. Because I understand the urge and the adrenaline rush in the body when you're actually coming for a competition, because I've been a mooter all my life. I've participated in more than 15 moot courts in my tenure of 5-year law school. And I believe that this is one of the most important, aspects of studying in a law school. This is what, identifies you, and this is what distinguishes you from a normal student. You being a mooter, you being in the DEPSOC or debating, you being a part of the MUNs, the holistic development of a child in a law school is only through these co-curricular activities. I believe studying is a very, very important ingredient. The learnings that you have, the things that you study in a law school actually makes you aware of what is happening around. Normally, when you read the newspaper, you probably don't understand what is happening, right? But being a law student, when you look at the newspaper, when you look at the news articles, and you identify the flaws which are there in the newspaper on the content, that is what I believe, that a law student's holistic development is totally dependent upon the activities he pursues in the law school. Some of them only do it to strengthen their CV. They just want their CVs to be very, very strong. They just want everything what they're doing to be projected in a manner that they are outstanding. But I believe these moot courts are not just only an opportunity for you to showcase your talent, but it is actually an opportunity to understand law in a much more better way. Understanding laws, because see, we in a law school are already having a very exhaustive syllabus, having so many subjects. Still, I believe that there are so many aspects of law which we tend to miss. I believe all of you would agree with me that there are certain nuances of law which are not even taught in a law school curriculum, irrespective of the institution that you are in. There are subjects like aerospace law, there are subjects like maritime law, though certain universities are probably offering that. But through these moot courts, new subjects which are not even a part of the law school curriculum, and a student does such an extensive research work that he actually masters the subject. I believe this is the most important ingredient of a moot court. The researching skills that you actually inherit, the subjects that you learn, the researches that you make. And I totally agree with Professor Surya Prakash sir. He said that interpretation is very, very important. And I agree to the same. Understanding the law and interpreting it is basically the primal responsibility of a lawyer. I believe there are a lot more knowledgeable people here who have had excellent experience and great research skills, and that is why they are there where they are. But I'll not invest time in giving you knowledge about interpretation and everything, because I believe there are far more better people who can actually tell you about that. I would rather stick to something which is very, very basic, which I did the best to my capacity. That is mooting. Understand just one thing. When you're in a moot court competition, it is one simple fact that is very, very important. The memorials that you make and the research that you do for a particular moot court competition is obviously very, very distinct. Even if you lose the competition, don't let go of that exercise to be very, very futile. The memorials that you make and the research that you do, you can actually use it as a research paper. You can actually use it to command that particular subject. You can actually get it published somewhere. So therefore, you never lose in a moot court. You always gain out of it. So any student who believes that after the moot court, I have put in research for 1.5 months or 2 months, and I've done so much of research work, going to Manu Patra, SCC online, finding so many cases, Yale Journal, so many law reviews you people have read. Why to just waste it? Why not get it published somewhere? That is what I believe is the most important thing to understand. Secondly, me being a judge, I would just like to ask all the judges, and I'd just like to request all the judges, because see, I believe that any team which goes forward is not just the best team. It is also a team which has actually clarified all its points to the judges. And probably the judge has a better understanding or a better point of view of the problem and the solutions given by the team. So I would request all the judges so that we all keep a common marking parameter. If a team we find excellent or really outstanding, we mark them on a similar guidelines, because some judges might be very, very strict and some judges might be very, very lenient. So I believe that we all follow a very moderate marking pattern so that all the teams are actually assessed on the same marking parameter. Apart from that, I assure you that whatever teams we actually finalize or whatever teams are actually going forward are going to be the best as per their research, as per the delivery that they have. And I congratulate all of you to be a part of such a wonderful event. And thank you to OSGU and the entire team for having me here as a judge. It's indeed an honor and privilege being a judge over here. And I'd especially like to thank Neeraj sir, who's been there. We have been colleagues back in 2013-14. Post that, since then I have been, in constant touch with him. He's been, wherever he's been, he's always told me. And for this moot court competition, I'm really thankful that he's invited me as a judge. And thank you for thank you for calling me here and making me a part of such an honorable dais. Thank you.
We are also looking forward to further making such lucrative and wonderful competitions, not only in law school, but in each and every 14 to 15 schools are in Home Sterling Global University. Now, the time has come. I am calling the person who is behind this concept to start the tradition in Home Sterling Global University School of Legal Studies. He is our Dean, Dr. Professor Ramanjeet Singh. He has done A to Z of this moot court competition. So we all, being a member of School of Legal Studies, being a member of Home Sterling Global University family, we are very grateful and learned a lot from him. Please welcome Professor Dr. Ramanjeet Singh for further proceedings to open this moot court competition.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our worthy Chancellor, sir, Pro-Chancellor, ma'am, PVC, sir, and our Vice Chancellor, Dr. N.P. Kaushik, who has joined online with us, our Registrar, sir, and Dr. Sumesh ji, our Dean. And thanks to all the students, not to mention over here, I forget, our worthy Chief Guest, Dr. Surya Prakash ji and Abhay Ojha ji. Thanks all for joining us with us and accepting our invitation for being part of this moot court competition. And nevertheless, I would thank to all the students, faculties of all the colleges and universities who have joined us online and are participating in this competition. Before inaugurating this competition, I would just say out a few words or a few things that are important for this competition, that how this is going to proceed. So there are 24 teams, as visible on the screen, there are 24 teams that are being participating in this competition. These teams have been grouped into the two parts, Group A and Group B. The teams in the Group A are University School of Law and Legal Studies, Guru Gobind Singh Entrepreneurship University, New Delhi, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab, Chanakya National Law University, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh National Law University, Shimla, Presidency University, Bangalore, Symbiosis Law School, Pune, Government Law College, Mumbai, Maharashtra, University Law College, Bangalore, University, Bangalore, University of Petroleum and Energy Sciences, Dehradun, Christ University, the Kerala Law Academy, Kerala, and Punjab University, Chandigarh Regional Center. So these are the 12 universities that are participating in the Group A part, and in the Group B we have SGT University, Gurugram, GD Goenka University, Gurugram, CPJ College of Higher Studies and School of Law, New Delhi, Rayadwara University, Mohali, Trinity Institute of Professional Studies, Dwarka, New Delhi, Bhagat Phool Singh Women's University, Haryana, SRM University, Sonipat, Haryana, Navrachana University, Gujarat, Indore Institute of Law, Madhya Pradesh, Indore, Dhyani Law College, Jaipur, Rajasthan, Vash College of Law, Rohtak, Haryana, and OSGU, Hisar. So these are the 24 participating colleges which have been divided into the two parts, Group A and Group B. So the time schedule for the participating team of the Group A and Group B is also visible on the screen, and that will be shared with you in the chat box. The Group A team will be participating from the given link over here, which we are present over here, and the Group B teams will be participating from a different link that will be shared in the chat box within a few minutes of the start of this event. Now, after completing this, I give my best wishes to all the participating teams to perform their best and go ahead with it. With these words, I will request Dr. Surya Prakash ji to start this event. But before that, I would request that we should all go for a national anthem before starting this event. Open, and we should go for the start of the competition. Dr. Surya Prakash ji.
Yes, it is my privilege to declare Om Sterling Global University International Moot Court Competition is commenced. Over to Raman Singh ji.
With the thank you, sir. With this, I will hand over this dais to Nijat and Ajay ji to start with this moot court competition. Thank you, everyone, and the best wishes to all the team. Thank you.
So finally, the competition is open, but for arrangements and other formalities, we are going to take a break for 15 minutes. And I also would request to our dignitaries to please sign off for this inaugural function of moot court competition. We will meet after 15 minutes at 11:15. Thank you. If you have any query, you can talk to Advocate Keshav Vimal. Thank you all the dignitaries to be here.